So you want to be more sustainable, but you're just not sure where to start. The kitchen is a really good place. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Melissa. I'm a dietitian and we talk about food and nutrition and stuff here on my channel, so make sure you are subscribed if you like that sort of thing. Today I am sharing my top 3 ways to reduce kitchen waste. We're all trying to be a little more sustainable, and although it feels like there's just like so much information to consume and it's hard to know where to start, these 3 little steps can really make a big difference when it comes to food waste and kitchen waste. So my number 1 tip starts before you even bring food into your kitchen, and that is planning ahead. Making a plan for your meals for the week and making a grocery list when you go to the grocery store can cut down so much on waste. Think about it, when you go to the grocery store without a list and you're just kind of like aimlessly buying things, and then a week goes by and you go in your fridge and half the things that you bought at the grocery store have gone bad and you have to throw them away. So going in with a plan, knowing what you're gonna cook, what you need to make those recipes, and buying only those things so that you're not buying excess things that are just gonna go bad, honestly, probably makes the biggest difference out of all of these tips. Tip number 2 is composting. And I know that this can sound kind of daunting. To be honest, I don't even personally have a compost bin yet. It is definitely something I would like to do. But if you look at your local like waste management, a lot of dumps and waste sites actually have food waste. So I know there's at least 3 dumps in Raleigh that have food waste bins, and you can just go like you would go to the dump and dump off your food waste, and they have a huge big composting section. So even though I don't have my own personal compost yet, what I do is just save my vegetable scraps, keep them in the freezer so that they don't smell, and then like once a week or even once every other week, if you don't have that many, you can just stop by the dump and drop them off. I mean, even better, if you want to start your own compost, that is awesome. If you're like growing vegetables and stuff, you can obviously use it for that. I know there's also a few companies out there that do like pick up compost, like you would pick up the trash or something. And I think most of them are subscriptions where they like bring you a bin, you put all your compost, and then like once a week or once every other week, they'll come pick it up just like in your yard, like I said, like the trash people would. So that significantly reduces waste because those scraps are actually being repurposed and going back to the earth, going back to the plants, and they're not just going in the trash where they're just gonna sit there, they're not gonna break down like they would in a compost, and they're not gonna be used for anything either. Something you can also do with vegetable scraps, if you keep them in the freezer, is save them so you have a bunch and make a vegetable stock out of them. That's actually not something I've ever done, but I have been meaning to. So if you want me to make a video on how to do that, where I can try it out and show you what I do, definitely let me know in the comments below, because that's definitely something I'd be interested in trying. And then my 3rd big tip is repurposing leftovers. I think a lot of us, you know, make a meal and then either we don't want the leftovers, or maybe we think there's not enough leftover to really save it because it won't make a whole meal, or maybe, you know, you save the leftovers but then you haven't eaten them in like 2 days and you think that maybe it's gone bad, so they end up getting thrown away anyways. But there are so many things that you can do with leftovers. I tend to save anything unless it's like 1 bite, but pretty much anything I will save because you can do a bunch of other things with them. You know, if you had a quiche for dinner, you can save it for a breakfast. If you have vegetables left over, you can stick them in the air fryer and make them into like a crispier version. Or even one thing that I really like doing is if I have vegetables left over, I will save them and then I'll throw them in a frying pan and crack an egg on top of them. and it just automatically makes it another delicious meal, something that you had for an entree, you can have for a side dish, you can add a different sauce to it. You can, you know, add it into another meal that also requires that ingredient. So there are so many different things that you can do with leftovers rather than just throwing them away. Plus, leftovers do tend to stay good longer than we think they might. Depending on what kind of food, it can be good for like up to 5 days. I will link something below that has some guidelines on what foods are good for how long once they've been cooked in the fridge. So definitely take a look at that before throwing away leftovers. So those are my top 3 tips on how to reduce kitchen waste. You know, obviously not bringing more than you need into your kitchen, and then repurposing scraps or leftovers can make such a huge difference. And like I said, it's small steps that can really help towards being more sustainable. There are definitely other things you can do, so if you want a part 2 to this video, let me know. And leave your favorite sustainability tips down below so we can all share with each other. Like I said, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and also follow me on Instagram if you want to see what I get up to on a daily basis, what I'm eating, all that fun stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.